Now, today in Harare, police have arrested several activists, including the MDC-alliance's national spokesperson, Fadzayi Mahere. This, of course, in a shutdown on anti-government protests which were planned across the country today. Let's get the very latest now from our correspondent in the capital, Pindai Dube. Good evening to you, Pindai. Thanks very much for coming through to us. Just looking back at today, were there many signs of protest at all, or did police and troops just clamp down completely, really?
Yes, Sally. As you mentioned, there was no protest actually in Harare. There were a few pockets whereby Fadzayi Mahere, the national spokesperson, and Tsitsi Dangarembwa, those are the two who had some 2 or 3 incidents, and the police had to arrest them. So as I'm speaking to you, Fadzayi is still at the police station at the Harare Central and the Tsitsi Dangarembwa, but police were heavy-handed actually, and the army, they were around the seat of Harare, so there were roadblocks everywhere, and police were patrolling in the townships, in the suburbs. So that's what actually happened.
Pindai, are you aware of what charges the MDC spokesperson Fadzayi Mahere faces, and indeed the author, Tsitsi Dangarembwa, what charges she may be facing?
Yeah, I spoke to the lawyer, Chris Mike, and he said he's still at the police station, and police wants to charge them with inciting violence, charges of inciting violence. So we are yet to confirm what are the real charges. But from the lawyer, what the lawyer told me, that's what the police are planning to charge them with inciting violence. So we are still waiting to hear from the lawyer yet.
Now, my understanding is that all Tsitsi did was, in fact, post a few things on social media. Do you happen to know, was she at a rally when she was arrested?
Who?
Tsitsi Dangarembwa.
You mean Fadzayi Mahere?
No. I was wondering.
No, she was doing. No, she had a walk about protest in Borodale, and she was in the streets of Borodale. You know, she has been doing that for the past days, and she was arrested today. But for the past about 3 days, she had not been arrested. So the police took her today.
And, you know, we've heard troubling news from Zimbabwe for a while now. Hopewell Chinona, we know, is still being held. No bail as yet. We understand he's appearing on Monday. Is that correct?
Yes, the High Court postponed his bail hearing on Friday, from Friday up to Monday. So the High Court is going to hear his case on Monday. So that's when we expect the judgment to be given.
And just generally, the mood in Zimbabwe this evening, is there a sense of anger, disappointment or fear? What is the feeling there?
Yeah, generally, you know, some people are blaming the activists that they gave them the false hope. But the activists who were leading the protests, who were calling the protests, when I spoke to them, they said that they are happy about what happened, that there was total shutdown of Harare, so they think it's a success to them. But otherwise, general ordinary people, they said they feel that they were let down by the activists who were supposed to lead the protests.
But Pindai, how bad are things at the moment? You know, we are used to hearing reports out of Zimbabwe that economically things are really, really tough, that it's very difficult for people. You yourself have been reporting on areas that are cut off from water and electricity. We're hearing, you know, protests from nurses and teachers. Compared to, say, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or when Robert Mugabe was in power, how different are things? Are they better? Are they worse? Are they the same?
Yeah, actually, you know, economists I've spoken to, even ordinary people, they think the situation is worsening. You know, the nurses are on strike, doctors are on strike. There's no water in the houses. Prices are shooting. So people are complaining. They think things are getting worse, and you know, the hyperinflation, which is hitting the salaries of all government workers. So people think the things are actually getting worse.
Thanks so much.
Well, thank you very much for your time this evening. Our Zimbabwe correspondent in Harare, Pindai Dube, just wrapping up the day. The protests that were planned, of course, didn't go ahead. They were suppressed by the troops there.